age, we were all told never talk to strangers. But one man has made a living by talking and listening to strangers. He learned so much, he's now sharing those conversations in a brand new book called Stories from a Stranger. Every person has a story. I've said that many times. We've heard that many times, right? Every person has a story. His name is Hunter Prosper. And you probably even recognize the name from social media, where he has over 10 million followers. And we're thrilled to welcome Hunter to Great Day St. Louis this morning as part of our Meet the Author series, sponsored by Half Price Books. So Hunter, where did this great idea to interview strangers come from?
Well, first off, thank you so much for having me. And also, I can't say I'm encouraging talking to strangers. Exercise it with caution, but it is an amazing endeavor if you do it. But it all started with me working in the ICU as a nurse. So I work as a nurse in the ICU, where I talk to my patients all the time. That's my favorite thing to do, is to talk to my patients. But it was getting to the point where when I would talk to them, I would often lose them, or I would have to do life-saving measures, or there were situations where I was losing my ability to want to listen to people because my subconscious was telling me when I spoke to you, I was going to lose you or something bad was going to happen. So that carried into my life outside of work, where I didn't want to talk to my mom, my friends, my roommates. I didn't want to talk to anyone. Until one day I decided I'm going to go outside and I'm going to talk to a stranger because I'm Hunter and I like to listen to people. So I did it. And it was a beautiful, 2-hour conversation with this lady. I feel horrible. It was this older woman holding groceries. We talked for so long. I actually held her groceries for her. That's how long we were talking. But I remember going home and just having this really big smile on my face. And it's something that I knew that I wanted to keep doing. I found that love again for listening to people. So I did it a few more times. And then eventually I said, let me bring my camera, my cell phone with me. And here we are 5 years later.
Wow. Can you tell us about some of the people that you've interviewed?
Yeah, no, so I mean, I've gone all over the world. And it's kind of unique to know that when it first started, I'm here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And it was just my neighbors or people around the block or in a park. And then I started going to different places throughout the United States. And I went to different places all over the world. And it's really showed me that every single stranger has a story, without exception. There's not a corner of this world that doesn't have a person that has a story to tell.
Why do you feel it's important to share these stories with the world?
I think it's important to show that we're more alike than we are different. I think often we feel as though we are living our own experience disconnected from people, when in reality, experiences, yes, are extremely unique to the individual, but the emotions aren't. So you felt love, I felt love, you felt pain, I felt pain. These emotions are what tie us as a human species. And I think when you realize that, you feel a lot less alone.
Can you tell us one quick, maybe share your favorite story that is featured in the book?
Oh, that's a hard one. I will say, I interviewed hundreds of strangers for this book, all of which I didn't know who they were. But I'd be lying if I said that every single person in that book isn't a stranger. There's one person that's not. It's my grandfather. Now, my grandfather's always been a very stoic man. He was a man of few words. And we never really spoke that much. When we did speak, it was beautiful. It was amazing. I felt so much love from him, but I just never really had long conversation with him. I told him I was making this book, and I asked him if he would be in it, and he said, of course. Now, at the time, he was battling a terminal diagnosis, which he's no longer here with us. But in that moment, I got to talk to him for over 3 hours, things that I had never heard of from him before. And if it weren't for this book, and that's what I hope people take from this book as well, is that these questions can be asked to everyone. We don't realize this, but sometimes the people closest to us are the ones that we don't talk to the most. And I think this book can really help get rid of that.
Wow, I think this would make a great gift with the holidays coming up. I have to tell you, thank you so much for your time today. New York Times bestseller, Stories from a Stranger. It's available now wherever books are sold. This Meet the Author segment is sponsored by Half Price Books. Find something new and used at your local Half Price Books. Visit hpb.com/Missouri for more information.